Alright, we are live.
Yes.
Hello. And welcome to Brain Rot.
Brain rot when we have lessons up at the top.
Absolute brain rot stream.
I haven't drawn.
I am your host, Skibbity Colton.
Skibbity Colton.
And this is
Sigma.
Sigma Stina.
Hey. Hello.
Welcome. Wait, crap. I gotta ping the Discord.
Oh yeah, you still got to do that.
I already typed it out.
Oh okay. Colton was literally saying, "Oh, I am Skibbity Colton, and this is Sigma Stina."
Sigma Stina?
Sigma Stina. That's silly.
Stina?
Yeah, I don't know.
Alpha Colton.
Alpha. No. Emil. Crystal.
Welcome. Y'all hate cat. Defton. Crap. Chat's already zooming. Emil, welcome. Crystal, hello every day. Welcome. Something. I don't know how to read that name. It's all mashed together. Sorry. Chuki, Crystal, thank you for sharing the live. Chuki, hi. Lexi, Autumn, Saturn, Melatonin, Booty Shaker 9000.
Booty
welcome.
Shaker 9000. What a name.
Yeah, I was just saying earlier, welcome to Brain Rot Central. I am Skibbity Colton, and this is Sigma Stina.
Can't take that seriously anymore. Alpha Wolf Colton.
Hello, Wolfpack.
Wolf.
No.
I don't know what we're on today.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm all wound up.
That's good.
I've been wound up the last couple streams.
That's great.
Awoo. Yeah, can we get some awoos in chat, Wolfpack?
I love that. Awoos in chat. And here I am drawing a lovely Nico.
Hello, hello. They ate lunchly. They ate lunchly. Awoo. Look.
What? Awoo. Worf. Worf.
Your previous messages say help, but your new messages say you love it.
That's true.
How's everybody doing today? That's cool, man. Join. That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool, man. Hello. Another hello.
Hi.
We have
Another
two
hello. We have
hellos
two
in
hellos.
chat.
Remember?
Dingy doodles? Dingy doodles?
Dingy doodles.
I always get that wrong. Welcome.
I get that wrong too because
Hip hip hooray. No, we're saying awoo today.
Awoo. We're not saying yippee anymore. We're saying awoo. This is our wolf phase. Our wolf era.
Still stylistless. Rip. Good. Was working on homework earlier. Nice.
Nice. Responsible.
Hello and hi. Take over.
I have not drawn Lolita stuff in a very long time. So
do some of that.
I might do some of that today.
We're doing lessons too.
I know we are doing lessons, but I think on the side I'll do what I'm
You're
not
gonna draw
teaching.
twice at the same time?
No.
Two hands?
I wish. I'd be like, oh, one lesson
Two different
here.
drawings, twice as efficient.
Awoo, woofy,
Awoo! I'm the alpha, I'm the leader. Dreamscape silhouettes.
I remember you. Oh, now I'm kind of thinking what accessory I should give her. Well, I'm free to take we're free to take some questions, so I'll write some here.
I was say Miki would do this.
Yes, she would. She would. Pom poof, hey.
That's very much Miki.
Mm-hmm. So, topics?
Yes. I've been focused too much on anatomy, I forgot everything else. Crystal says...
real.
1 mil likes today, trust.
1 mil likes.
The best way to get to a higher number of likes is to go bring more people into, like, compounding.
Compounding. Guys, Colton can teach
Welcome,
a financing lesson. I'm kidding.
Welcome, Vio.
Vio, you missed a awoo session.
Yeah. Give me that.
No. Fine. Conceal my copy.
NS?
Hunlo. What's this?
So-and-so invites you to co-host. No. I don't want to co-host. Turn off invites for this live.
Hair shading?
Why did it do it twice? Currently working on Inktober for today. Nice.
So there's hair shading. Someone asked what's something else. I think up there.
I've seen so many slime coffee vids. I can never trust real coffee now.
Oh my god.
Christina ruined our slime coffee. It stinks now.
Slime reveal.
It used to be so cute, and it smelled so good.
And it felt so nice.
I don't even know where that slime is.
Oh,
Is it in this one?
Yeah, it's in that one. Guys, we're gonna do slime reveal
Can you
really
keep
quick.
drawing?
Okay, fine, I'll keep drawing. Teach legs.
Here it is.
This is Procreate.
Momo Slime House Blend. And if you open it up, it's not that
bad.
But it is kind of cooked.
Oh, let me think. Let me feel this. Hold it. Ah, this is the... Ooh, it's kind of slimy.
So Momo Slimes is pretty good, you know.
This is the best texture. If you like fun textures, and now it's all like all on my finger. I gotta wash it off.
Gross.
It's a good slime.
There's Miko for you while you wait. Alright, so some slimes, huh? Let's see what we got here. We went through a little bit of a slime phase a while back. We've got ice cream cake. Let's check this stuff out. Ooh, that's cute. Does it smell it?
It smells good.
Ooh, that smells good. It smells like my grandma's hand soap in the bathroom.
Okay, I'm back.
Look at this one. We've got Momo slimes.
Oh, this one's great. Oh, it's really liquidy.
It's a water slime.
It's not a water slime. It's a clear slime.
It says water slime right here.
It's not water. It's
Oops,
it's
I got it all over the place.
It's a drink called peach water.
Peach water.
So that's why. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's all like, hold up.
Dang, that smells good.
Yeah, I guess it's fine for it to dry out a little bit.
Clear water slimes. Who here likes slimes?
I know that water slimes is actually like the texture of water and it's all the jiggly.
All right, chat. Can you read this right here?
Momo.
Water slime.
No, it's not. It's Momo water. That's the theme, and then this is the slime. Like Momo water is the title of it. I know it.
Nerd. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of slimes here. There's even some slimes that we got a long time ago that I never really opened.
Oh no. Okay.
Look at this one.
Oh yeah,
Moon Mochi.
Oh, Moon Mochi's great. Actually.
Do not eat.
Peachy babies.
Ooh, that's not a good tryptophobia. Pom, 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 pom.
No, you just gotta mix it in. Screenshot.
That's cute.
That is cute.
Peachy babies. Peachy babies. Look at this Peachy babies.
Look at the color of that one. You gotta be careful. You wanna like, yeah, that's fine.
Hold on, it's drizzling.
Drizzling on right on my iPad.
Look at that. Why are they so liquidy? Because they need borax?
It's because they need borax. The longer the slime sits, the more melty it'll get.
What's this one?
This is
Lavender Crush.
Lavender
Look at
Crush.
that. Whoa.
We're advertising. Not really. Sponsored. I wish we were sponsored by Peachy Babies because I love their products.
Dude, I would take a sponsorship from Peachy Babies.
I would do a partnership with Peachy Babies, do art for them at some point.
Deactivated slime, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Okay.
Alright.
Character silhouettes.
Outfits?
Adam says, can we go over character silhouettes like shape language? Yeah, we can go over that a bit. Solid slime is where it's at. No water looking slime. Tryptophobia is horrible right now. Yeah, for real. I want to reach through the screen and grab it. Me too. That's why we got some. We got this like last year.
Yeah.
I need more activators so I can make a big batch of slime. Monster Anatomy. Monster Anatomy is real anatomy.
It's real anatomy
It's
mixed
just
with
pushed.
other types of, yeah.
Real anatomy mixed with other types of?
Like animals or
That
like...
is real anatomy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Someone
looks
asked like how to make like
brownie.
interesting character designs and outfits and stuff, I think.
Face, skin, shadowing.
Like shading the face?
Like where
Lighting?
light and shadow falls on the face, or...
Like lighting the skin,
Yes.
like shading the skin?
No, they said yes.
Yes.
Yes and yes. Yeah, like shading the skin. Sure. I should move this away again.
Shading
There we
skin.
go. So what's everybody up to today? Make sure you share the stream with that person you know's on TikTok but isn't here.
Alright, I got all slime residue on my iPad now.
Let's see.
Maybe we'll take a few more, or maybe we'll take one more, if there's any. Skin.
So if you know somebody that's always on TikTok and you know they're probably online, go message them and share the live to them, not to us. And if I check my messages and I got invites to our own stream, you're banned.
Cooked. Can you give a tutorial how to draw sitting poses? I can try that. Sitting poses.
I don't want to work on drawing bones. 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 That's a Treasure Planet quote.
Oh, I didn't know that.
His name's Bones. Bones.
Aggressive, guilty sweating video.
Would say my brother, but he'd think I'm cheese. Rude. Hello. Welcome to the stream.
All right.
Thank you for the Rosa Autumn. Appreciate it.
I like hair shading. I want to do this one.
Hair shading's great.
Hair shading's always fun. I like drawing. I like
Risky Reader joined. Welcome.
Risky Reader. Wow.
Does that mean you read like
risky stuff?
Risky stuff in public?
Risque stuff.
Or like dojins or something on the bus?
Dojins on the bus.
I've never shared your lives with you.
Okay.
Hair shading can be so tedious.
It's working. It's called working efficiently.
I did a sandcastle last night.
You did do a sandcastle last night. So when it comes to hair shading, there's a few things that you want to think about. Shape, right?
Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Make sure that your hair is a good shape.
Yeah, shape over everything.
Shape over everything, because their shape is what contains everything else.
Can
inside.
you do foreshortening?
Colton can do, if you want to do that, Colton.
Sure, I can talk a little bit about foreshortening.
I'm going to take this layer out because I'm going to be, this is the lecture page. And I'm going to move this.
It was fun to watch you draw the sandcastle. Yeah, I drew a sandcastle as a demo last night. I put it in ArtShare 3. The heck is ArtShare 3? Here it is. Here's my sandcastle painting that I did last night.
Ain't that pretty? Purdy.
It's very saturated. I made it really, like,
Juicy.
glamorous, juicy. There you go. Complete with shovel and flag.
Cute little stick flag.
And then Fox, who's not here for some reason,
Booty Shaker 9000.
said,
hey, Eileen.
Miki would step on it.
Yeah, she would.
She would.
No. No, Miko would build it really nice.
Yeah.
And then Miki would accidentally trample over it because she's not watching.
She's catching a ball of football or something.
Mm-hmm. And then Miko will probably get mad at her for like a week.
Yeah. Material rendering. I teach this stuff in anime art school, by the way. So if you want to learn how to paint and do it well, go check out our anime art school. Links in the bio. We actually have a bunch of students here who are enrolled, and some of them haven't started. Some of them have been working really hard at it. Autumn.
And Vio.
It's a self-paced online class with 7 different classes. Teaches all about drawing anime from 2 professional artists. Mm-hmm. Sakura joined. Welcome.
So once you have a good shape for the hair, then is when you fill in the base color. Now the base color can be whatever color that you want. Think about if you want your hair to be light or dark or medium tone. And then you fill it in. Now, I'm painting it because I think I'm lazy. I don't want to do all the line work and stuff. But if my... and I'm also adding more interesting shapes in it. I'm thinking very flat. So, base color can be whatever color that you want. It doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Just start with something. I chose blue because it's pretty.
Shape.
So look at the shape.
Matt has arrived. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt. So, once you have a really nice shape, the next step is to add your shadows.
Got less hours at work on Wednesday, so I'll hopefully be able to get more in on it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was thinking we could do some sort of a moderator appreciation stream one day, where maybe we draw the mods OCs and it's like mods only.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like drawing them their characters.
This is where you add.
Especially Tofugus and Vio, because they run the challenges.
Yes, that's true.
But
and they've done a lot.
Here we go.
So once you have the base color, then you kind of figure out like how is the hair turning in 3D space? So you think 2D first and then 3D inside. So you think, okay, based on this shape, how do I want to twist it? You know, so we can have, and you can do this multiple ways.
Yep.
You know, I want to twist right here.
So this is 3D thinking. So basically,
Let me just draw black.
I kind of want to expand on this a little bit because it's so important to hair.
Go ahead.
So you can start with a 2D shape. So let's just say, let's make a 2D shape, right? Here's a two-dimensional shape.
Shizuki, hello.
2D. And then what you can do is you can take this two-dimensional shape. So let's just draw that same shape again. And you can start thinking about how it looks in 3D. Like this.
Hey.
Right? And that's essentially what Christina's doing, is she's drawing a two-dimensional shape that looks good, which is, you know, 2D. What is that tilted?
I don't know.
And then she's going to take it and turn it into 3D, like this. And that's important because all art is two-dimensional when it is on a canvas, right? Because this is a flat surface. So what we have to do is we have to give a representation of a three-dimensional space on a two-dimensional surface. I guess I was tilted the whole time, wasn't I?
Cherry. Ken?
There we go. And so when it comes to drawing hair, this is really, 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 really important. If you want to get good at drawing, if you want to get good, understanding how to bring a two-dimensional shape and add three-dimensionality to it. Mm-hmm. Instead of starting in 3D, you can start in 2D and then go 3D.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, the beautiful thing is that you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can basically say, okay,
Yeah.
I want a big strand here. Go
So
ahead.
let's go in here
Okay.
and just say, so what Christina did is she decided that this is going to be in front. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be in back. So you get this intersection here, right? And you basically get a T shape. So a T is something coming out from behind something else. If I wanted to reverse that, you could go and put this in front and put this coming out of the back.
Which do you think would still create a T anyway?
And then you could put this
Hey.
coming in front, for example.
Now that looks very nice.
Now, this creates T's right here. This creates T's right here. So that T's equals depth, right? Overlaps. I could write that here. T's overlaps
So we'll show you why this
is
goes into
depth.
shading hair.
This is really, really important to drawing in 3D because you can come here and you can go, this comes out from behind there and it creates this T right there. Or
Depth instead of depth. It's funny.
maybe this comes out from behind there.
Tira.
So you really want to think about that kind of stuff. Hey, Tira. All right. So, for example, if I'm going to be adding volume to this hair, you can think about what's in front of other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where are the twists? Because in hair generally twists, which means that this could come out from behind there, and maybe that comes out in front like that.
Yas.
Or you can completely twist it the opposite direction, where maybe my brain's not able to see it right now. So maybe we got we got maybe this coming out of there, and then you got like an underside coming out of there, and then maybe this is in the front.
Sounds
And
fun.
then you've got another
And
piece coming
yellow.
out from down there. So
Fox.
again, for anybody in the chat who really wants to get good, mastering these kind of things, overlaps, Autumn, talking to you as well, as you get better, mastering the overlaps, mastering bringing a two-dimensional shape and turning it 3D is going to be one of the most important things to learn. So I'll let Christina do her thing.
Well, Colton can just narrate because I like his explanations a lot.
So as Christina draws, pay attention to the decisions that she's making in terms of what is in front of or behind other stuff. So she does it very fast. But you see how Christina's basically coming out and she's pulling this hair out and then she's adding the back side of it right
add
here.
the back side of it right there too.
Now, she may I don't know what she's going to do, but she may decide to pull this up so you can see it there. Or she may decide to tuck it behind this strand here. All right? So let's see what she decides to do.
I love that this is like a documentary. I like how you did that.
She pulled it in front.
I pulled it in front.
So if she pulls it in front, the gap right here has to be large enough that this can curl around and still have room to be in front. Do you see what I'm saying? So this strand of hair coming out, let's just say strand A, and then there's this big part B. This is going to be really lifting up because you've got to have room for it to curl all the way around and still be in front of this back piece.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Pebble. Hey,
so
Mom.
say maybe this comes really far back, right? So you're probably going to get a core shadow right here. Or this comes out really far, so you might actually get a bend, like in that type of area, right? And you'll probably get a highlight here, and you'll probably get a core here.
And we'll get to the cores and the highlights after we draw the little flips and stuff.
Right? So you'll probably get a little bit of a shadow underneath of here, and I'm thinking you'll probably get a core shadow right here. And then I'll probably, or not me, I guess I'm not drawing it, but Christina is. This cast shadow is going to have a hard edge, and this core shadow is going to have a soft edge.
Danielle is sending a bunch of donos.
Like this.
So thank you for the friendship necklace. Thank you for the baby penguin. Thank you for the hand heart.
Wow, look at all that. So this gets into like rendering, like form rendering. So cast shadows generally have hard edges. Cast equals hard.
I want you to...
That's pretty fat. I might even want to work on
I'm
you
going
later.
to be making another version where you're going to add the shadows on top anyways.
Yeah.
So
I guess we can talk about that later.
Okay.
So just for now, keep in mind what is going in front of what. So Christina's, when she draws, she can do all of this at the same time. But when you draw, you can't do all of it at the same time.
And that's normal.
The shadows are the ones I find difficult to do. So shadow problems are actually drawing problems. And the reason is because once the drawing is correct, the shadows
fall into place.
Just fall into place automatically.
Foundation.
That's foundation. Drawing hair is very fun, and it's really good practice too. So yeah, lighting problems are actually drawing problems usually. And the reason is because if you don't know how to light something, then that means you don't actually understand the form of the thing itself.
There.
Okay, let's get back to this. Danny, Pompoof sent 7 roses, thank you. Danny sent a baby penguin, that's cute. And Danny also sent a BFF necklace, that's cute. Heart hands, thank you. And 11 heart puffs. Appreciate it.
Danny's treating us to dinner tonight.
Yeah, Daniela's treating us well today. And obviously, Pompoof and Autumn are as well.
Yes. All right, I'm going to take this, what Colton drew, and I'm going to put this aside, right there, and then I'm going to duplicate this. Again. Duplicate. And then we're going to add shadows on top. Ooh, wrong layer, hold up.
Are you going to merge those?
I'm going to merge it.
Okay.
Boop.
Okay. What I would actually like to do is go in one more time. Whoa, Daniela sent something else. It's because I want to play Roblox later. She's buttering us up.
Oh, she is buttering us up. So what did you say?
Okay. So let's zoom in here really close and let's take a look at what's going on.
Okay.
So the hair overall is, so right here it's coming towards us. And then it bends and it starts going away from us. But this little piece right here keeps coming towards us for a while, and then it goes away from us. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
And this should be very obvious to chat. But it's obvious when you see it, but when you do it, everything falls apart.
I know.
So that's why you have to practice a lot.
People ask if this will be on the Discord, because they haven't something they want to watch it later.
Yeah, I can put this up as a
VOD.
As a VOD. I
think that'd be nice.
So then what happens is this little piece right here comes around and it hooks behind this piece that keeps coming forward. But there's also simultaneously a twist going on. So this makes a complete spiral and starts coming out.
And there's also spirals within spirals because other strands are spiraling.
But don't talk about that because it just confused everybody.
Sorry.
Number 2.
Well, gee, thanks.
Lighting, right? Hair generally breaks down into a... But you are correct, absolutely.
Oh, well, thank you.
Their brains will pop, though.
Someone said, I bought your books, it's awesome, but I have 0 drawing experience, so some information I don't get. That is totally understandable.
Yep.
I think all you need to do is just keep drawing.
Yep. So, light comes down. Now I'm going to erase all this. As we just broke down the hair, I'll make a new layer. There we go. And the light comes down from the top. All right? So, here is our light.
Do you want to switch seats?
Nah. Here is our light. And it comes down from the top. If we switch seats, I'm no longer going to have an excuse for why my drawing sucks.
Oh, but...
Okay. Light comes down. You're going to get highlights in these areas. You're going to get highlights in these areas. You're probably going to get a little bit of a highlight here. All right. Shadows. As the form starts to turn away, I'm going to make a really rough drawing to map things out before we actually get into the rendering. This is actually the more important part. Shadows. Like I was saying earlier, let's shade the underside of this stuff. We'll shade that one. We'll have a shadow come out right there. Mm-hmm. This will be in shadow as well. You'll get a core shadow that appears here. This will be in shadow. This wraps around behind, so it'll generally be in shadow. You're going to get a core shadow in here.
Tofungus. Tofungus says the hand is less demure than I remember.
You're going to get a shadow here as this goes away. And here. I don't know what you're doing.
Sorry, I just wanted to read some chat earlier. Because there's some comments.
Colton core, yeah. And then we can do a couple little turning edges and stuff in here. This is probably going to be in shadow as well.
By the way, we do use references. It's totally fine to use it. Right now, we're not, because I've drawn this a million times. So most of the references in my head.
Yeah. So, this right now looks really bad because I haven't chosen proper colors. I haven't used color temperature. I've just used white and black. But what I've done is really important because we've just figured out where our highlights are and we've just figured out where our shadows are. So you can do these little sketches and figure out where your stuff's going to go. And then later on, what you can do is you can find good colors. You can find... And you can actually start grouping these. So then this basically would get into design. And now that you know where the light and shadow goes, we would start designing out the light and shadows in an aesthetic way.
Oh, I love this part.
That kind of stuff. This is a really fun part. And you'd go, this right here is a cast shadow. Is this? Yeah, this is on a new layer. Cast equals hard edge. So a hard edge looks like this. This has hard edges. Core, which is this right here, equals soft. Core, or Colton core, equals soft. And what is soft? A soft edge.
We could just draw in a softer...
Where the heck is the airbrush?
Right there.
Airbrushing. A soft edge...
It ain't that soft.
looks like that.
So when people overly use this, that's when their art starts looking a bit blotchy.
Yes. So some people have the problem of... Now, pros can get away with it because they can create hard and soft within softness, but beginners generally have a difficult time with it because your your whole drawing may end up looking like an airbrush if you do this too much. So this one right here can be too soft.
It can be a bit dangerous.
Soft brushes are good, but they need to be used carefully. Otherwise, your entire drawing or painting looks blurry.
Thank you for sharing the live, Nene.
So, this is all going to be in shadow. This is going to be in shadow. This is going to be in shadow. There's going to be your highlights, HL. Your highlights, HL. And then we've got our
core
cast shadow and our core shadow. And
halftones.
You got another core shadow right here. And that's really all we need to get started. Did you just diss me and my thinking? No, it's one of the most common problems that you see when people start digital art. I've done it. Christina's done it. Everybody's done it.
I have our old art to share at some point.
So now what Christina's going to do is she's going to take what I just basically figured out and she's going to make it look good.
Crap, how am I supposed to?
How about this?
Okay.
Make a new layer and you can go highlight.
Okay, I think I might be able to decipher it.
And then there. And then you turn this layer off, and now you have your mapping out your areas.
Okay.
So just make a new layer like above that.
Okay. So
what I've done is I just marked out where that stuff was.
So all I'm going to do right now is mark it all out in a very messy way because I don't care right now. I don't care about cleanliness at the moment.
Yeah. So what she's doing is now she's going in and she's adjusting her color temperatures. She's taken her core right there. You don't need to match my lines exactly. It's just like general.
General, yeah. I can always fix it later. Boop. Boop.
All right. Do you have fave colors or does that go away when people become adults? I like almost every color. I think every color can be absolutely gorgeous within context.
Yes.
So I don't really have favorite colors. Generally, I would say purple. But like, oh my gosh, if you see like a really vibrant blue flower, blue's instantly my favorite color then.
Oh, I know.
But then I go and I see like a really pretty orange flower, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, orange is my favorite color for sure.
So you can just see, I just took off the markings that Colton made. And look at that. That already looks a lot better.
NS says, what brush are you using for this now? This is the brush that we always use. So the one that's in the link in our bio that you can go download for free. So you can see that what Christina's doing now is she's using the areas that I marked out, and now she's designing the shapes within those areas.
I can use the base color and chisel out the highlight.
2M Bong, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Kayla, not too late, 30 minutes.
Kayla, we've been waiting.
So this is a lot to do.
Yeah.
Like, don't be stressed out if you can't do this. This would probably all be in shadow because it's facing the opposite direction.
You are right. Okay, I'll keep that. Yeah.
But you could probably get a little bit of light right here. Like.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like a little bit of that.
Nice. I like that.
How about texture hair? Texture hair?
You mean like curly?
More curly-ish hair? We can cover that a little bit later. Would this work like a ribbon effect? Yeah, hair breaks down into ribbons.
There we go.
Yep.
Hey.
So there we go.
Very pretty blue hair. Yes, I forgot to do that.
Just render it how you would normally render hair, I would say.
Okay.
Been taking notes this whole time, Autumn says. That's great.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, so this is a lot to do, but this is exactly how it's done. It never really changes. I'm never going to be as pro as Colton and Christina.
Hey, don't say that.
If you practice a lot, for sure. If you practice, take a bunch of classes.
This is what it looks like. Off, on.
And we give all our secrets away in our school.
Yep. So if you want to get better and you want like a nice systematic thing and a nice program, and art school might be for you. There we go. I think that looks nice.
Yep. Ice cream cones from Danny.
Aw, thank you. I love the darker darks. Oh, I like how you say that because I say that a lot.
Yeah, darker darks is a lot of pros actually who teach figure drawing and figure painting say that. How do you render it like this? I've seen this a lot in Genshin Impact concept art. I don't know what you mean exactly.
Do you mean like how do you render this?
Yeah, because we just did it
Yeah.
live.
We kind of just did that. Awuna!
Awuna! It's all good. Me to be.
We're talking about people who can afford it. I'm kidding.
Artist in progress. Yeah, so we just did it all live. You'll have to watch the VOD to see it. So, when people complain about not being able to do this, it's actually a problem that is in this stage. So you'll hear that a lot. People will say, oh, I draw the picture, but then when I try to render, everything goes to crap. And it's because this stage number 2, the drawing part, wasn't actually done correctly. It's always that. It's always a drawing problem.
Mm-hmm. Does it work traditionally? Honestly, I would say yeah.
I mean,
you need to build
a
up
line
the
is a
colors.
line, whether it's on a piece of paper. A brush stroke is a brush stroke, whether it's on the iPad or paper. A lot of the classes that I've taken were taught by traditional painters who did oil.
Mm-hmm. And get an Apple Pencil before signing in. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, well, yeah, mostly it's digital. But if you really want to get started, you could technically do it traditionally as well. But yeah, it would be a little bit harder to follow, but everything is just...
Yeah,
just
it all
line is a
works
line.
traditionally. In fact, don't you have some sketchbooks here lying around that you did traditionally?
Yeah.
I don't think you shaded any
I don't
of
think I
these.
shaded anything. But I technically could shade something.
Yeah, it's all the same thing. People have been rendering and painting long before computers were ever invented. See? There's a little rendering that Christina did with marker of hair. It's the same thing. It's the same effect created by a different medium.
Do you have tips on transitioning to digital drawing?
Don't overcomplicate it. See, here's another one that Christina did with marker. It's just light and shadow blocked out. So, when you're transitioning
there's
from...
more.
Yeah, here's some. So this is all traditional. This is
Thank
exactly
you.
what she just did. Digitally.
But in black and white.
But in black and white with a pencil. Or with a marker, I guess.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, and look, here's her teaching it. Here's her planning out a TikTok video. Same thing. So, well, that's cute. Don't overcomplicate it. When you're starting with digital art, there's so many tools, there's so many colors. Start simple. Basic layers, no layer effects. Basic brushes, nothing super fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're comfortable with that, then move on. If you feel very overwhelmed, simplify.
Yep.
Just try to recreate what you do traditionally.
Yeah, that's...
Before you move on to more complicated stuff.
Yeah.
That's my advice. That's the advice that I got when I was starting digital.
And that's basically how I started digital. I just did what I did traditionally.
And unless you're used to using an actual, real, physical airbrush, don't use soft brushes.
Yeah.
We have an airbrush and a little air compressor. And the airbrush tool in digital art really emulates it well.
So like you can just see, this is basically what I did in a traditional way.
Yeah.
I did that exactly. No, don't show those ones. Where is
I don't even know where those went.
I think it's back.
No, it's up here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is basically what I just did. But
Yeah.
same thing.
Digital, traditional.
I follow
Digital.
your YouTube account. Thank you.
Thank you for the follow. Digital, Traditional.
Oh, nice flip. Like that.
Same principles. Like, obviously you're going to have to get used to the medium if you've never used it before. It's like, you don't know how to do stuff. But it's the same art principles. There's no difference.
I always love this brush, by the way. So if you're like wondering what brush to use, and this I've used for painting and for drawing. The brush link is in our bio. But it was really nice. I always love this brush. So we colored hair shading.
Yep.
I like this little page here.
So, I hope that was helpful.
Colton getting that energy up. I like it.
Yeah. What did everybody think? Any questions? Anything? Thumbs up. Good lesson. Bad lesson. Thumbs down. So I know who to ban.
I know who to ban.
Awesome.
Thank you. Artist in progress. I like your username. It's cute.
Yeah, that's cute. 97. I'm guessing that's the year you were born. What are you, 27? 26? 27?
27 probably? Danny. It was
yeah.
horrible.
Well, you know who the regulars are because they all put the thumbs down.
Mm-hmm. Is the live ending? No.
Nope.
Nowhere
it's
near
not.
ending.
We're moving on to the next topic.
Let's see. Maybe we can cover shading skin while we're at it. We're at it. Shading skin.
Yeah.
So we'll do that next.
So shading fundamentally works the same.
Yeah. Let's just use spheres.
However, your colors with skin works a little bit differently because of subsurface scattering.
Yep. I'm gonna do a few tones here.
Can I get a hi from Chrissy Poo?
Hi.
Fox says.
Hello.
No, you can't. Lurv says, I'm 40 minutes late.
It's okay.
I didn't put a thumbs down, Autumn says. Yeah, some of our regulars are very nice. Others, every single day there's basically a debate in my head about whether they should leave the community or not.
I'm not using an airbrush.
Nope. I'm kidding.
So.
No airbrushes today. If you, Kamayano, if you want to get this brush, there's a free download for it in our link in bio.
Hi, Lady Farina.
Lady Farina, hello.
Genshin character? Colton beefing in his head. So, let's see. I just did 3 skin tones right here. And this is kind of like my process for choosing colors.
So were they, I think they more talked
Shading.
about faces.
Yes, but I feel like we can always take this and turn it into a face.
I'd probably start with a face.
Okay.
We've done the sphere demo a couple times.
Sure, we'll do that.
I'd just start with like a real simple anime head. You don't even have to probably add features to it. And then I feel like it goes, yeah, but that's a sphere. What about heads?
That's true. That's
and
true.
we're just like, bruh.
No, it is hard to...
What about skin tones with more abstract colors like red or blue or purple? That's a good
Actually,
that's a good question as well.
We have skin tone
Yeah, we have like a whole
bases
reference sheet that we made of
with
bases
blue and red skin
with all different colors of skin, like white, very very white skin, like vampire or like actual white with like blue and red and purple.
I feel like that would be like a good like get better at anime drawing kit or something. All right. So when you are shading heads, or when you're coloring and putting in the stuff.
This is in their course too. I practice this. I love this process. Do you what course do you have, Artist in Progress?
Oh yeah, what course do you have? Do you have our Udemy courses?
What course are you referring to? Can I get a sassy from Bestie Colton, please? The Anime Art School. Oh, so you're enrolled in Anime Art School. What's your do you have the role in the Discord server? The TikTok Discord server? What's your TikTok, not your TikTok name, the what's your Discord name, username? Oh, Ketsu. Wait, this is Kevin? I didn't realize that was Kevin. I never seen your TikTok before.
What? Bro.
That's
a plot twist.
Plot twist of the century.
I did not know that was you, Kevin.
I didn't realize that was you the whole time.
You disguised yourself so well.
You're so disguised. Kevin! Everybody's screaming Kevin now in chat. Kevin! That's
Bro, what a
hilarious.
plot twist.
When Kevin shows up and nobody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been here a number of times.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was his
Yeah. So do you want to map out your shadows?
Yeah, I'm gonna map
like
out my
light
shadows.
direction and shadows, maybe on like a new layer.
Yeah.
Just kind of like we did last time. So, number 1. Now that we had that crazy Scooby-Doo unmasking of the infiltrator of our chat.
Basically, think
Making
about...
Kevin a spy.
He would be a very good spy. When I think of shading heads, I think of gradients. I think, okay, if my light source is up here, I'm going to draw in red for now. This will be my hottest area of light.
The hardest hit.
Hardest hit of light, especially around the forehead, because it's so round. And then, as it gets towards the inside here, kind of have a darker shadow. This is because we got the eye socket, the eye sinking in and going away from the light. Now this can still be pretty light. That's why I'm going to just blend it. And then...
What about applying this shading technique without a bald head? We literally just did the demo on hair. So you would basically just put this on top of this, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't be bald anymore.
Side of the head would usually be in shadow because
It's just
it's kind
adding
of like...
what we did previously on top of this.
Yeah. This is really ugly. But basically, side of the head usually is kind of like a flat plane. So think of...
Do y'all write like stories? Kind of.
Kind of.
Nothing that's public.
This is essentially the side of the head. It's like a box, like this. The rest is round. This is just kind of simplified as like a flatter plane. It's not completely flat, but
It would have a soft edge.
it would have a soft edge.
But in a simplified manner,
Yeah.
it is a plain change.
Yeah. Then, as the cheek comes out, it starts getting light again. And then, as it goes down to the chin, it starts getting a little bit dark. So there's this kind of,
Yep.
this wireframe that's happening. That's like, it's like that. Oop, goes in, goes out, goes in again. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a ribbon as well, but a little bit more structural. And then for the neck, sometimes it's easiest just to simplify the whole neck into shadow, like this. Or, depending on where the light source is, sometimes the head will cast a shadow that looks like this. Or the opposite way, but then that means the lighting would change. But usually, for this lighting setup, you could go,
Rose,
This
thank
way?
you for the follow.
oh, thank you for the follow, Rose. Or just put the whole neck in shadow. I like putting the whole neck in shadow, because it just creates this nice, like, dynamic shape. So that's kind of like the way how I map light and shadow for, like, a very simple lighting setup like this.
Thank you for the rosas, Autumn, and thank you for the Dolphin Symphony and 10 roses, Danny.
So
Thank
with
you for
that
the
in
share.
mind...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead. That in mind, I should actually add the eyes as well, because eyes are also very important in eyebrows. You gotta
You
draw.
can even just close the eyes if you want. Just have like happy little
Oh, that's true.
happy eyes. It's not really an eye tutorial.
Not an eye tutorial.
What if she's like,
Or,
like, grr. Like,
like wincing?
or even like I'm about to
Oh.
pummel you. Like,
What
So it'd
app do you
almost
use to
be
draw?
like
We use
that.
Procreate, or I use Procreate.
it'd almost be like that. Like,
Do you want me?
What do
Do you
they
want me
do?
to kind of open her eyes? Sure, I'll open her eyes then.
no, closed.
It doesn't look angry though. It looks confused. We'll do
I
that.
love y'all as I haven't been in a while. Welcome!
Welcome back.
Exclamation marks. Moldy orange. Oarnge. Orange.
I don't like this face very much.
No?
No. Oh, and I drew this on the wrong layer anyway, so I'm just going to redraw the face. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry. I think I'll just draw clothes like this.
That's better.
That's better.
A head rendering tutorial, not an eye. As soon as you open the eyes, everybody focuses on the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So either just leaving it eyeless or closing them.
We'll do that for now. So then when you shade this, kind of think about this little heat map right here.
Yep. The red represents where the light is hitting, and the blue represents where the light is not hitting.
Yep. So all I need to do is just add a shadow color.
Yep.
So that means all this is going to roughly be in shadow.
So, how do you pick shadow colors for skin?
Oh, tough question.
Anybody? What is skin generally in the shadow? I mean, it's kind of a trick question because there's no technically correct answer, but what tends to happen? You pick randomly. You don't.
You don't?
You lower the darkness. I just go darker and a little to the side. Go darker than slightly red or blue hue. I go darker with darker browns, purple, cast shadow. So, this heavily depends on the context of your lighting. So if we go back to Mickey Beach scene,
Right there.
you'll notice that the skin color here, you've got the light, which I can't draw. It doesn't matter. I don't need to.
Add another layer.
So you got the light up here. You got the shadow. And then depending on which direction, it didn't work. And then depending on which direction
What? I just added a new layer. Okay. Now it should work.
the skin is going, it's facing. Think about a wireframe. This skin is facing down. This skin is facing down. This skin is facing kind of towards us. This skin is facing out and towards us. This skin is facing down. So because there is sand, I actually already explained this in the past. So the light's hitting the skin.
Just very
There's
warm.
the shadow. And then there's the warm sand below. So the light hits the sand and it bounces off and it fills this area right here and it warms it up. It heats it up. But over here, the sky, which is blue, is coming in. And so all of these areas in here that are not being hit by the sand light bouncing are getting hit by the skylight. So that's going to make it a little bit more gray. And so what you get is you get skin that has a lit side. It has a really warm side. I'll even exaggerate it. I can even pull this like up. And then you have gray. There's like grayer, like more gray. You'll see that this is not gray at all, but compared to what's around it, it is gray.
Comparably more gray. Kevin said, reminds me of the sand rendering you helped me
Just
with
like
last
that.
night.
Yeah, it's very similar to the sand rendering. And then what you'll get, if this is skin, is you'll usually get a little area right here, and I'm exaggerating this, of subsurface scattering. So you can imagine if there was no sand here, this would not look the same anymore. It would look different. If this was a red sheet of paper, well, then this would all be red.
Because the red fills the shadow.
If this was a yellow sheet of paper, or if they were standing on something yellow, well, then this would be all yellow. So there's no one right answer, right? Then you'd get all this yellow bounce underneath. There's no one right answer. So you have to take into consideration the context. Now, what do most people do when they're drawing a head? They don't think about context at all. They go, there is no background. There's nothing back here. So what you can do is you can basically go do studio lighting. Now, studio lighting is like professionally lit in like a light box or a soft box or that sort of thing.
Where there's not like external colors that are affecting like the figure.
Yeah. So if you go to this piece, you'll notice that there's a secondary light coming in from here. It's not this, it's a different light coming up and lighting her cheek and her nose and her clavicle and her shoulder.
We don't see where the light's coming from, but we know it's there.
Yes,
Kinda
and
like that.
it's a trick with rim lighting, and you can see it's lighting all of the hair here. Right? So all this light coming in, and that's up to you. We could have made the light red, we could have made it blue, we could have made it pink, we could have made it orange. It doesn't really matter.
Isn't that crazy? Oh, and then
Yep.
there's that green.
Yep,
up in
and
her
then
hair.
there's a second, I guess this would be more the primary light source, but there's a primary light source that's green, and that's leaving green highlights, and it's filling this with green highlights right here. And if we go look
that
at
one.
this one, you'll see that this one, she's got cool light shining in from above, but she's got warm light that she's holding in her hands. So now this entire area is being lit by warm light. So what you get is
The brush that we use is in the link in our bio.
this is all lit. This whole chest area is lit with warm light, right? This hand is not being lit by the warm light because it's in front of it, and you get a little bit of cool ambient light coming in and lighting that hand. It's an unfinished drawing, but all of the lighting and everything is in place.
Danny, it's Tira as a mermaid.
Yeah, it's Tira as a mermaid.
See, like this is like ambiently lit.
This is very ambiently lit. I mean, you got a light coming in on the left, but you got a lot of fill light. See, Naomi is basically completely ambiently lit. Mm-hmm. She's got a little bit of core shadow right here and right here. But other than that, you can see her neck is shaded in, but her face is very lit. And then on Jake, you've got pretty much his whole face lit, but you've got a little bit of like Rembrandt lighting coming in here.
Mm-hmm. Because it looks nice.
Yep.
And like it's also in the reference, there's a bit of Rembrandt lighting.
Yeah. So, when you're lighting skin, you need to think about the area around the head and the skin. Because if this person had a yellow light on them,
That would be lit.
it would
with
look
yellow.
like that. And they'd probably have yellow light here, and they'd have yellow light here, and they'd have yellow light there. If this person had different colored lights, right, then they would look different.
Oh, how many hours do you recommend for beginners to practice per day?
Totally dependent on your goals and how hard you want to go. If you want to become a professional, that's a very difficult question, because when you draw anime type stuff professionally, you're generally more of a storyteller. Most anime stuff that you get hired for, I don't know what country you're in. I'm assuming you're in the States or the West, but unless you're living in Japan, it's very difficult to get hired for anime style stuff unless you basically write your own story and get millions of readers. But if you don't want to do it professionally and you just want to get better, it depends on your goals. Like, what level do you want to get to? How much spare time do you have? What are you willing to do? I think recently Autumn here in the chat was practicing drew 17 hours in one day.
Yep.
But she had the entire day and night free to practice. Christina draws, what? Probably 8-9 hours a day.
Yeah.
Every day, pretty much.
And Colton, you've been drawing a lot more lately too.
Does Autumn have school? Autumn is 23. 10 years older than you are. I think the better question is, shouldn't you be in school?
Wait, what time is it? It's like 6:01. So all this You know, we can even add a brighter light. Like, we can add even a highlight up and around the nose.
It's after school, bro. Shouldn't you be doing homework? I have too much free time. It's time well spent. Really annoying homework project. What are you working on anyway? So yeah, in a lot of these cores, what Christina's basically doing. So yeah, in a lot of these cores, what Christina's basically doing, in a lot of these cores, and what a core shadow is when the form turns away from the light. Skull, where's the core shadow on this skull? Right here.
Because the light
right here
is that way.
The light is hitting this. See, as I turn the skull, the core shadow also turns with it. Core shadow right here.
Isn't that crazy?
So when I talk about the core shadow, it's where the light and the shadow meet, where the form turns away from the light. So everywhere the form starts to turn away from the light, Christina's coming in here and she's giving a little bump in saturation. Little bump in saturation. Bump, 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 bump.
You'll notice that I did not really add any like super harsh shadows, because I'm also thinking like, is this a soft light or a hard light? And most of the time when you are rendering like skin, you're gonna be rendering in a softer, more diffused light. So you'll see that a lot of my edges are not super harsh. Unless I want it to be very harsh, then I will. Like this part right here is more harsh than like these transitionary areas.
And now you would never really draw it that harsh except for the sake of a demo.
Yeah.
This would be softened up a lot. Like a lot. Mm-hmm. Even like that sort of thing.
It's because we're organic. So the more like fleshy you are, the softer edges you're gonna have in your shadows. But that does not mean that every edge should be harsh shadows. Like you'll see the nose here's a hard shadow because that's a cast.
Yeah. Remember what I said earlier? Where the heck was it?
Oh, it's over here.
Cast shadows equals hard. Core shadows equals soft. And the larger the form, like the slower the turn of the form, the softer it is.
Hey, Mochi.
So we'll go back to this. Are we on that layer? No, we're not.
Christina isn't human. I've been drawing every day for 2 months now, and I'm finally at my limit. It's okay to take breaks sometimes, Kayla.
So,
hey, Alexia. Hey, Villain. Simp.
Look. If I draw one form, and then I draw another form.
Cole's drawing at an angle, which is actually really impressive because this drawing's turning out really nice.
So this is tighter, or I should say, you know, quicker. If you look at the cross-section of this form wraps over faster, this form wraps over slower. Now, what's going to happen to a core shadow on this? The core shadow here
Thank you for sharing it live, exclamation mark.
is going to be soft, but it's going to be pretty quick. The core shadow on this one, let's actually draw our form lines over this as well.
Zuki, hey. Mango Tango, hey.
Is going to be...
Oh, it's okay, Villain Sim. I'm glad you're here.
softer. See? You're going to have that core shadow, but it's going to be softer. And then all of this area back in here is going to get shaded.
Mm-hmm. Wow, look at the fall.
So both of these are soft edges, but this one is softer.
Yugia.
Soft. Much softer. See that?
Wow.
So
and you can do that with hair.
This takes place all over when you're drawing people, right? You're rendering arms, you're rendering heads, you're rendering faces, you're rendering whatever, any organic forms. You always need to think about this. The slower the form change, the softer the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So back to this, if I wanted this form change to happen faster, I'm adding a harder edge here. See how that feels like a harder edge now? If I want it slower,
Whoa.
I soften up this edge.
Yep, we're married.
For some reason, I know most of that stuff, but when I'm drawing it, I can never structure it correctly. That is, everybody deals with that. It's called knowing versus being able to do, and it's just practice. Yep. You got to practice. Lots and lots and lots of people know this, but very few people can do it.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Abby. Abby joined.
Oh, Abby.
Yeah, there's an Abby that joined. We have an OC named Abby.
I have an OC named Abby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that people know, but very few people can do it. It's because being able to do it takes practice. Being able to know it doesn't. It just takes hearing it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people in their head, they'll mistake themselves for being able to do it because they know it.
I think art is a lot more muscle memory.
Art is a different part of the brain. There's like the I know this part of the brain, and then there's the I can do it part of the brain. And that just comes from practice.
Gotta do a darker skin tone, just because I feel like
I would say, how do you bridge the gap between knowing and being able to do? That is bridged by exercises. Doing exercises is the way to bridge that gap. Confidence is key. Well, there's a lot of people out there who are confidently bad.
Roasted.
I'm not naming anybody. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there with a lot of confidence who are terrible.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I was that way. When I was 19, I was confident that my art looked nice. And then I looked at my art, just like in 2019, I was like, what was I even thinking? It's bad.
It's all doing exercises in practice. You gotta put thousands of hours in. Did you guys meet in art school? No, we met online. But we're married. I don't know if that already got answered.
Yeah, that got answered.
Yep, we've been married for over 4 years.
Mm-hmm. We met on an art app. Funny enough.
Hair class? Yeah, today we're going over we did go over hair stuff.
Yes, we did.
And all these principles are the same regardless of skin tone and skin color.
Yeah.
Like, cores are cores. Lit side is a lit side. Subsurface scattering is subsurface scattering.
You know, I can change the lighting and be like, okay, well, if I want this to be a Rembrandt lighting, that means one side will be in shadow, one side will be in the light, depends on where you want it. And then occasionally, and most of the time you'll see a triangle.
Hey, Cravings.
In the shadow side. Bella
Donna, thank you for the follow. Yeah, if you're new here today, we have a Discord server. We hang out, post art. We do weekly and monthly challenges. Tofungus and Vio are our challenge leaders. Yeah, they're also mods, but they're the challenge leaders. Lots of people take part in the challenges. You can collaborate with other artists, hang out. We do game night. People watch shows and watch party voice chats.
They draw together.
So if anybody here is new, someone's name was Fall in Love with Autumn. If you're new here, let me know. Who's new here? Anybody? There's 48 people. 48 people here. Someone's gotta be new.
Yeah.
50 people. Golden Bear, you're new. Villain Simp, hey, good to see you back. Prosperity is new. Equalizer is new.
Welcome.
Guys, we are all falling in love with Autumn, Fox says. I can't read that. Fancy letters, sorry. Mokoma Luzena. Welcome.
Hey.
So, if you said you're new, we would love to, if you're chill and you're not edgy and stuff, we have a Discord community. Lots of people are active, chat. You can join the voice channels, draw with people, hang out.
If you want to share your art somewhere.
Yep. You can share your art in Art Share. Nobody's mean, everybody's nice. And if they're mean, they're banned.
There. Different skin tone. It's a bit dark, actually, so let me lighten it up.
There's a link in our bio that you can get the Discord invite. And number 2, if you cannot see the link in our bio, just send a direct message to us on TikTok, and I'll get back to you with the invite if you want to join. So if you like the vibes, if you're having a good time, you can keep it going.
Yes.
You can enjoy this good time forever.
Good time forever. Why does that sound like...
We even do like game night. A lot of the time on Fridays, we'll play Roblox together. And have a good time. Yeah. Make sure you read the rules. We make a great effort to keep our Discord community nice and not full of people who are really edgy and show-offy. So if that kind of a community sounds good to you, go ahead and join.
There we go.
We'd love to have you there. It's over 1,500 members so far. I don't even know how many members we have. I can look right now.
Actually, I'm going to take away this shadow.
We've made a great effort to grow our Discord server over the summer.
Yeah.
1,527 members. 247 online. And don't be shy. Just start chatting with people.
Kayla says I don't have one mean bone in my body.
Colton says he makes the server nice, but he bullies me.
Well, you technically snap back at him, Fox. You ain't innocent in this.
It's like, I have no idea.
It's called banter.
It's called banter.
Alright, we did a lot of shading stuff.
Yeah. So, also, we have an art school online, so if you want to learn a lot of this kind of stuff, all of this kind of stuff, we actually have it all in a school with 7 different classes. It's huge. Yes. There's actually a lot of people right here in the server, in the chat right now who are enrolled in the school. It's called Anime Art School. There's a link in our bio. If you click the link in our bio and then you hit the gold button, it'll tell you all about it.
Like, we can even cover, like, or talk about what is even in the school.
Yeah.
Like, there's
a complete anatomy class.
Yep.
From start to finish, a professional anatomy class and figure drawing.
Yep.
There's a costume drawing class that teaches you all about folds, drawing costumes. There's a design class for character design. There's a perspective class that teaches you all about getting comfortable with drawing in 3D, environments, backgrounds, people at different angles. There's a class on painting.
Character design, yeah, perspective,
character design.
Character design, environment painting.
Mm-hmm. Autumn is in the school. She's been really going crazy on the classes, getting through them. She's made a lot of progress.
And then the last one is our portfolio class.
Yep, and you can build a complete portfolio in the school.
Which basically means you take a personal project that you want and you design for it, and you can, basically design the stories that you've always wanted to. So that's basically what we all teach in those classes.
Yeah. So if your dream is to eventually write your own webcomic, if you want to draw your own stories, be able to draw your own characters, if you want to even get better at doing fan art and all that kind of stuff, the class is structured for digital art. You can follow through in traditionally a little bit, but it is definitely built for digital artists. The anatomy class, the clothing drawing class, some of the classes you can follow along pretty well, but I would definitely recommend digital.
Mm-hmm. If you want to follow along, like for the rest of it.
And if you're interested in that, we actually have a link to it. This is the link. Otherwise, there's a link in our bio. It's drawanimeacademy.com. You can check it out. It'll tell you all about the school. There's video previews. There's the syllabus. Lots of information on exactly what you get. So
yeah. Someone asked if we can cover foreshortening because they're
foreshortening
because their iPhone or their phone is at 5%. Go get a charger, and then we'll cover some foreshortening. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, we can cover foreshortening.
We'll probably do a quick version. Do you want to teach it, Colton?
Sure.
Do you want to minimize everything? I'll make everything smaller.
Yeah.
If it's possible.
But remember, there's layers.
There is layers.
There's other floating layers.
You know what? I will just extend the canvas.
Yeah, I'd extend the canvas.
There. Alright.
Bun is here.
Bun!
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about foreshortening.
Here.
So, foreshortening is a really complicated subject. I can switch chairs.
Yeah, let's switch chairs because this is Colton lock-in mode.
foreshortening is a really complicated subject. Foreshortening.
Hey, Emil.
Whoa, I didn't ever notice they did that.
What? Did what?
It gets pixelated behind there.
Oh.
But when it comes out, it's not.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, foreshortening. And I'm not looking at chat right now.
Yeah. Do you mind if I interrupt you sometimes?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, Giselle TG is bun.
Foreshortening. Foreshortening is a complicated subject because this has to do with camera lenses and perspective. So your camera lens, I don't know, does anybody in here do photography? Like, and know the difference between, say, a 24 millimeter lens and a 55 millimeter lens and like a 200 millimeter lens? Because this really, really, really affects foreshortening.
Bye.
So,
Bye.
camera. Lens. The reason people are generally bad at foreshortening is because they don't understand the first thing about camera lenses. So, let's just say like a 24
We got another Naomi joining.
millimeter to say, you know, I don't know, a long lens like an 85 millimeter. Your foreshortening is going to be different. It's going to be different depending on what camera lens you're drawing in. So, if I draw a box like this.
Welcome, Lich.
And box number 1, or I'll just do A and B.
Sir Bernard.
Box A. And now I draw a second box. And I'm going to draw this one in a wider lens.
Ooh. Hey, Lunar.
So, these boxes look different. Did you make a new layer?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then I will take this and move it over. So these boxes look different than each other, right? You can tell they're both boxes, but they look different than each other. Box A and box B. So what's the difference between box A and box B? The difference is the camera lens. So, box A, if you've learned perspective, you've learned that you have a vanishing point here and a vanishing point there. This is going to be 2-point perspective. You pull a line out, pull a line out. You pull another line out, pull another line out. Everybody knows this, right? This is like the first thing that you learn about perspective.
Hey, Miss Knight.
Virtually
Gabriel Ortega. Hey.
Virtually everybody knows this perspective, right? So the difference between cameras is how far away you are from the object and how zoomed in you're looking at it, like a telescope. So if you're standing, if this is your body right here, and you're looking at this box in front of you, let's just say there's a box.
Gazmas, hey.
And you're looking at this box here, the box is going to look different if you're here than if the box is right here, but you're looking at it through a telescope like this. So I'm actually going to take these. Oh, come on.
Hey, Shu. Hey, Rory Otaku.
And I'm going to go and I'm going to put this one on top. There we go. So, box A is this one, and box B is this one. And so if we look back at our boxes here, that's what happens. Box A, your vanishing points, right? These points right here are going to be further apart from each other. And box B, they're going to be closer because you're looking at it with a wider lens. Again, it's complicated stuff, but this determines foreshortening. So if you're going to do foreshortening, the main tool that you're going to use is going to be subdivision. So if you have a rectangle.
I see Lisa, hello. Maharaga? I don't know how to pronounce that, hello. Welcome.
Okay, so you have a rectangle or a box, This is box A, and I want to bring box A over next to it. You subdivide the box by drawing an X. You draw a line through the middle of it, and then you pull a line out of this corner through here, and then box A jumps over and is also equal to box A. That is foreshortening. That is what foreshortening is. But this is in side view. So what this also works in is perspective. So if I
Lorvin's here.
So if I grab a line and I pull it out from my vanishing point's actually more like right there. And I have box A, and I want to bring box A and do the same thing except going back in 3D space. I'm going to draw that same X like this. I'm going to bring a line from my vanishing point.
Welcome everyone who's joining right now. Colin is teaching foreshortening.
Like this. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go from this corner through the middle over to here. From the corner through the middle. And if you actually hold down like that. But then you go...
Guess that arrow?
What?
Did you just guess that arrow before you even put the line in?
I'm pretty good at foreshortening.
It's just amazing that you just like did that.
So, if I want to take this, and now you go, wait a second, but box, let's just say A and B, but you go, wait a second, B is a lot smaller than A. Well, yeah, it's foreshortening. It's further away from us, so it appears visually smaller. And that's where everybody gets foreshortening wrong, is because it's very difficult because we see the world in a specific camera lens of our eyeballs. And a lot of the time, when you're drawing, you're not drawing in the same camera as your eyes, so you guess incorrectly. This is how you don't guess. This is how you make sure you do it correctly. I actually have an entire class on this type of thing in anime art school. It's called dimensional drawing. And it goes into depth on like all this stuff starting from the very basics, and I give a bunch of homework and everything. But essentially, foreshortening means as something gets closer to you, it gets bigger visually. As something gets further from you, it gets smaller visually. And the reason is because here's you.
Ivan's right pinky toe.
And there's a ball right here, and there's a ball right here. And here's your view. Here's what your eyes see, right? So let's just say this is what your eyes see. And let's just say there's a ball here, there's a ball here, and then, I don't know, there's a ball. Actually, let's make 3. So let's go here, and let's bring this up. This is what you see. These lines represent your field of vision. This would be represented as a cone, but it's in side view. So, look at this. This is a cone, and here's your head, and here's your body. That's what I just drew, except in side view. This is called the cone of vision, by the way. You may have heard of it. And then let's put a third one, like, of the same size, right here. And I'm actually going to bring this up just a little bit more. There we go. So what would you see if this was your camera and you took a picture of this? What would you see? Let's say this is your photograph, and we're going to draw this right here. Well, you'd have a really big sphere, like right here. We can actually break this down, by the way.
Stanley Pine's wife joined. Hey.
So look at this. So this fills up about a third of the image, right? So we'll go thirds, and we'll go here, and let's just say that this sphere is right here. This one down here, there's about a third. but it doesn't fill up the whole third. So we go to the bottom third.
The blue fairy, welcome.
And let's just say it's about like this big. So it's already gotten smaller. Now this one out here fills up a tiny, tiny section, right? Here's our entire picture plane. And this sphere is only less than 10% of our picture plane. So out here, this sphere is going to be a little bit above the halfway point, and it's going to be like that small.
Wow.
That's because, the reason is because you're looking at so much stuff that this one back here takes up a very small amount. So what you would see is this, even though this sphere right here is not actually that far away. Like, you could easily throw a ball that far, right? If that's a basketball, that's like not even a very far shot. So that's what's happening right there. So let's take this same thing again and put a person right here. And let's give them a telescope. All right?
Well?
So here is the picture plane. They're seeing a much less, like a much narrower field of view. And then let's put a ball right here. And let's put a ball all the way right here of the same size. Now these two balls, this one and this one, are actually much further away from each other than all of these ones. But let's see what happens. We draw the picture plane. This ball right here takes up about half of the image from top to bottom. This ball right here takes up a little bit less than a third.
So would you say that the end, like, plane in the back, the end of the cone is like your picture plane? Look how, kind of like
the whole thing is your picture plane.
Okay, gotcha.
So this is all of your picture plane right here.
Okay.
So you'll see that even though there's A and there's B, even though B is so much further from A than up here, it's actually not that much smaller anymore. And the reason is because you're using a longer camera lens. So what we know is if you're drawing in a long lens and you're drawing two people, one person is right here and there's a person way down the street in the background, they may literally just look like this. These people may be like 200 meters away from each other.
Wow.
That looks like zoom.
that does look like zoom.
Let's just write 100 meters. 100 meters.
Because it's a long lens.
And if you're, yes, in a long lens, so this one right here. And if you're drawing in a wide lens, same picture plane, same people, you're going to have this person, and you're going to see probably their entire body, and then this person in the background is going to be that big.
So just to clarify, a long lens, which is this one, right? The
Yeah.
one above, means you're far away and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
You're
And
far
this one's
away
close.
using a telescope to look at them. And on this one, you're really, really close looking at them with a wide lens. So I'll actually inverse these. Actually, I'll do this. I'll bring this down. I told you, this is a little bit complicated.
I always get confused with the wide and the long. I'm just like, ooh.
Wide means you see a lot. Long, it's a telescope.
Okay.
So there you go. This lens up here is this one. This lens down here is this one.
Gotcha. Wow.
So again, a little bit complicated, but this is really important because if you're really, really close to a person, let's say, here's your camera, and here's your lens, and this is what you can see, and there's a person here, and they've got their body like this, and their pelvis, and they're standing like
Hey, ducky.
like
hey,
this,
Canoe.
and they're kicking into the air like that, right? And I don't know where their arms would be like.
Probably guarded.
Like that, maybe even like, I don't know. Let's ignore the arms for now, right? And let's even make this. Let's take this camera. Let's move it back a little bit, like this. Actually, I want to change this person's leg to be really foreshortened for the sake of the demo.
Like really front?
Yeah.
Straight.
So here's this person's leg, and let's just say it comes out like that, right? So they're kicking at the camera. The camera's really, really, really close, and they're kicking at the camera like that. What are you going to see? Well, first off, if I measure, here's my picture plane, and I measure how much space this body takes up, it takes up about this much of that.
Scoot the drawing a bit more to the left. Yeah.
Takes up about this much of the picture plane. So this area right here is the body. That's like half of the frame, right? But if I look at this foot also takes up about half of the frame. So what that means is this foot's going to be the same size as the body.
Oh my goodness.
That's how foreshortened it's going to be. So if you're, now this isn't going to be a very good drawing, but for the sake of the demo, the foot is going to be like, right?
Sleepy crybaby.
Is going to be like that, and the head is going to be like this, and you're going to see the other leg in the background with the foot, you're going to see the body, and you're going to see the head. So it's going to look something like that.
Man, that's trippy. Sunny, hey.
Because it's so incredibly close to the lens. Now if you think, if we push this lens all the way back, the foreshortening, right, if the lens was like this.
Oh my. You will not be able to see a lot
Like
of the
that.
body at all.
Or what ends up happening is you get like that. Or if you're really far away, it would look like that. Now you'll see that the foot would be the right size, because it would only take up that much of the frame.
Wow. It's
So,
almost like the longer the lens, the more proportional the body will look.
yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, longer lenses flatten everything out because it makes things the same size, the right size, like proportional to each other. Wider lenses, you get really extreme foreshortening.
Chat says thank you. Kalumi says thank you, master. And then this girl, Nav? I don't know how to pronounce this because it's a squiggly line. It says, "Oh my goodness, I feel so wise. Knowledge is power."
Yeah, so it's complicated. And now knowing this and actually being able to do it in an artwork are two totally different things, and it's really difficult.
It is, because like I struggle with this. I don't even know how to do this stuff. So I'm just like, I mean, seeing Colton do this is just, blows my mind.
So
That's foreshortening right there.
here's this little dude right here. Hello. Everybody say hi. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to take a picture of him with my phone, and I'm going to take his arm, and I'm going to reach it forward. So this is his pose. His pose looks like this.
Hi, Milani.
And I'm going to take my phone, and I'm going to make the lens as wide as possible, and I'm going to take a picture of him like this. Really, really, really close.
This is application in practice, I guess.
So take a look at this picture here.
Theory in practice.
This is a wide lens. Look how big his hand is compared to his foot. The little part of his pinky is bigger than his foot because I made a really, really, really wide lens. See that? The little part of the pinky is bigger than the foot. The entire foot. Your foot's bigger than your hand. Now watch. If I take this lens and I take another picture and I zoom in from further away, now his foot is bigger than his hand.
Wow.
That's exactly what's happening. So in photo 1, photo 2, See how that's flattened everything out and made it the right size? Sorry, it's not really focusing.
Bye,
Photo
bud.
1, or photo 1, the hand is bigger than his entire torso. Photo 2, the hand is smaller than the foot now. And that's because photo 1, my camera was like this close, and photo 2, my camera was really far away, but it was zoomed in. So you're not going to get very much foreshortening on a long lens, but on a wide lens, you're going to get extreme foreshortening. Yeah, I've never heard it explained like this. That's because most teachers who teach perspective don't actually know how. Like, I would say one of the best teachers for perspective I've ever found was modern day James on YouTube, and Kim Jung-hee also talks about it. All of his stuff is in Korean, but there's translations, there's subtitles for it. So, 2 teachers.
Want to write it down?
Number 1, I would say modern day James.
And it's interesting because modern day James commented on your perspective video.
Funny enough, I made a perspective video on YouTube, and modern day James commented on it and said he really liked it.
Isn't that awesome?
Modern day James, and then Kim Jung
I need to watch his stuff sometime.
Gi or G?
Gi. Yeah, G.
Kim Jung-gi. Those guys,
Top
they're
tier
both way better than I am. Kim Jung-hee is probably one of the best
artist I've ever lived.
drawers to have ever lived. He died a couple years ago. Modern day James and Kim Jung-hee.
It's okay. We're gonna put this on the VOD, so if you miss it, it's gonna be on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Our YouTube
So,
VOD channel.
There you go. And again, you can do experiments with your phone camera.
You could do a skull even.
Yeah.
You want to try the skull?
Well, another
maybe
thing
it's-
is, look at how crazy this is. So if I take a picture of this skull in a really, really wide lens, it's gonna look goofy ass skull. And then if I take a picture, did I say long or wide?
You said wide.
Okay, check this out. Long lens, wide lens. Look how goofy that looks. That's a real photo. I just took it. Doesn't even look real.
It doesn't.
Long lens, short lens. Heck, sometimes people would take pictures of each other's face. We would take pictures of each other's faces. You want to take a picture of my face with it really, really zoomed out?
Oh no, guys!
Our mods are going to get a huge kick out of this.
Kayla's gonna get a huge kick out of this.
If you're still here, take a picture of my face all the way zoomed out.
All the way zoomed out.
Yeah.
Okay, is this all zoomed out?
Yeah. I mean, completely zoomed out?
Yeah, it's completely zoomed out, yeah.
But they're going to make some memes out of this.
No, I haven't taken it yet. Quit that. It's going to laughing. Oh my god.
Oh no! You ready for this?
Yeah, I think they're ready.
You going to get your
Let us
screenshots
see.
ready? That is this. That's what my skull looks like inside of my head. See, I told you, it's weird.
Should I have taken a long one?
Look, you can see both of the eyebrows coming out in the silhouette.
Fuck, because I'm making
Like
art
that.
of that later.
I'm telling you, it's weird. So a lot of people, what they do is because they don't know what they're doing, they'll accidentally draw something in an impossible perspective that doesn't exist.
Pooh.
And I can spot it instantly.
Pompoof says it's so beautiful. Being the muse of this,
Yeah, I'm humiliating myself for the sake of education.
you're an art messiah.
I need my juice.
You need your juice?
So anyways,
Here you go.
let's take another picture, right? Let's have this girl here. And she's gonna stand.
Someone said this needs to go in the new lore on the Discord.
That would probably be art lore. or
Danny says I've never
server lore.
screenshotted something so fast.
Come on, stand. She does not want to stand up. There we go. Okay, so she's standing here. I'm gonna turn this iPad off really quick. We're gonna take a picture of her from above in a long lens.
We may not cover all the topics today, unfortunately.
And we're
but
gonna take a picture of her from above in a short lens. Okay, so let's see what we got. Long lens,
Whoa.
short lens. Long lens, super duper wide lens.
So wide and short, right?
Yes, so
Wide
this
and
is
short.
very, very, very wide, which means the camera is seeing like this. And so that is this. This is the picture. Come on, focus. This is what the camera is seeing. The second one,
Lisa Meyer, hey.
the second one, the camera is seeing probably more like this. There we go. We're already starting to get Discord messages about this picture of my
Screenshot.
face, probably. Right?
Chicken
Wide.
Queen.
Narrow. So whoever wanted a lesson on foreshortening, the reason that I hesitate to teach it is because it's this complicated.
It looks like math.
It's math. It's all math. And you can replicate it. Like what I'm saying, I'm not just a crazy lunatic.
Or con man.
I'm not just a lunatic. This is real stuff. I'm taking pictures live on stream. Super duper wide lens. And look at this. Look in the background here. There's the skull. It's smaller than her head in the image. But you want to know how big this skull is in reality? It's this big. So here's the skull next to her. Here's the foreshortening. It looks like a skull that's as big as her head.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Bye, Kevin.
Right? Look how tiny the guy is in the background. You can see his knee is the size of like her eye,
Oh my goodness.
But if you look at the models together, they're actually the same size.
He's a bit bigger, but yeah.
I mean, he is bigger.
Yeah.
Colton, can you post this photo later? And I'll have it in the VOD. So, did anybody find that helpful?
I think a lot of people found it very helpful.
Foreshortening, it's complicated stuff. You can also recreate this in like 3D programs like Blender. Thank you. Everybody say thank you to our assistants.
Skull, mannequins.
Manny.
Manny and Mana.
And this one here.
And Scully.
And Scully. Scully.
Manny, Mana, and Scully.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
and just know, if you draw a picture and you have no idea, I can tell. Just know.
Where do I buy the model?
Where do you buy the models?
Unfortunately.
So you can buy this on Amazon, but I have bad news. It's going to cost you $250 US. And you can buy this one. Unfortunately, it's probably going to cost you around $80 US. They're all price gouged. It was a limited edition Japanese model. I can tell you the name of the model if you want to look it up. It's Toa Heavy Industries.
A lot of them are sold out, unfortunately, so I feel like that's why they price gouged it.
Toa Heavy Industries. I don't remember what the model was called exactly. We could find it on Amazon. Now, there's a lot of other anime figure models out there that are much cheaper. None of them are as flexible and work as well as these, but they'll do.
Hi, Case.
We got these ones because we do this for a living.
Yeah.
And
We even got like 2 of each, actually.
yeah, we actually have 2 of each of them.
That was a bit.
Here it is.
It was a bit of an
Buy
investment.
1,000 toys. 000 toys. Here it is. $259. 1,000 toys. Toa Heavy Industries. Here it is.
It basically poses similar to a human body. Like, you think Barbie dolls are flexible? This is even more flexible than that. You can actually create a lot of poses.
Yep, there you go.
I know, it's expensive, but it's so worth it, especially for demos like this. Time to DIY.
Yeah,
Honestly,
for sure.
you could probably 3D model it.
Yeah, it's really, really well made, and the reason is because if you look at this, it's actually, the shoulders have 2 joints. There's this part that rotates right here, and then there's this part that rotates right here.
Whoa.
So these are extremely flexible models, that have multiple joints in them.
Bye.
And the knees actually bend all the way. The knees have 2 joints as well. So the knees bend all the way. There's little joints for the toes. And this foot,
And the ankle.
the foot has an ankle that you can twist and bend.
Because, you know,
And
ankles twist and bend too.
The pelvis actually works the same way as well. So there's 2 different...
ways or directions.
Yeah, there's like 2 different pivots inside of it. No, you can't move each individual toe. You can move the set of toes. And then so are the arms. Like the arm has a little elbow, and the arm can bend all the way like that. Most models, you don't find that. And these aren't even in production anymore. So they've been all bought up, and then people are selling them for more. So either you can look at every garage sale across the entire country and pray, or... yeah, or maybe wait till we die. I don't know, and you can get ours.
Auction it.
So there you go.
Oh, nice pose right here.
Well, that's cute. Look what Christina just made.
I just made a cute pose. That's very anime pose.
Yeah. Crap, I liked that pose that this dude was into, and I just messed them all up.
Garage sale it is.
What are they called? It's called this. Toa Heavy Industries. I just showed it. It's
Can you put
let me look at it.
Will?
Action figures. Toa Heavy Industries. It's called so you can see. Purchased 2 times. We bought it twice. Toa Heavy Industries Synthetic Human 1/12 scale. 1/12 scale.
Actually, you know what the beauty of this
Action
figure is?
figure 5th production run.
If you pose it right, it stands.
Yeah.
That's the most satisfying thing.
Yeah, it's a very satisfying.
Is when you pose it right and it stands.
The female is a lot less expensive than the male, but it's not as flexible and it's not quite as well made.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like
they
the
do have a
joints
detachable chest, though. They actually come with like 3 different sizes of lumps.
Chest lumps.
So it's actually kind of funny. Do we have the?
We have it.
We have like the medium.
We have the medium one on.
Yeah, not kidding. These things are really well made.
Hey, they gotta account for all the body types.
Yeah, I gotta dodge the algorithm with what I say. Also, this model that you see here that we show sometimes, dude, we need to paint this white.
I know we do.
We need to paint this white. Chat, remind us to airbrush these white so you can actually see them. You can't get these. We 3D printed these ourselves.
Yeah, that's foreshortening.
Anyways, I hope that was useful, everybody. What do you talk about?
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Perspective and foreshortening. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff. You need to start selling the Asaro head?
I
No.
think we'd get sued.
Yeah, they keep pretty close tabs on. Ooh, that's nice. Christina's making nice poses. Oh.
She's levitating.
So let's see what camera lens. Oh yeah. Check this out. So I hold this here, and I zoom in. You can see longer lens. I zoom out, shorter lens. Long.
Chrissy, will you render red or purple skin for me real quick? I can do that.
All right, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed it. I have to.
Code yellow. Alright, hold up. Purple or red skin? Can try my best. Crap, I don't have enough space. Let me think how I'm gonna do this. Okay. All this can be merged. Let me think. This. Oh. Well, that's okay. I guess I'll merge that too. Boop. So I'm gonna take this. Put it over here. I just want to see unusual skin colored. Or any funky color. I always thought that pink skin was cool, but I can do red. And there's also like various shades of red and stuff too. He's back. Sort of. So when you think about red skin, I always like to think about this when I am coloring skin. Is the base color going to be warm or cool? And this depends on, you know, what's the color that I want to do.
It's all color temperature
It's
stuff.
all color temperature. Yeah. I'm just going to color on top of this. So there's multiple types of red.
There's cools and there's
cools
warms.
and there's warms. Warmer reds are more towards like orange. Like you can see it starts getting like hotter looking. And then more towards pink or purple is a cooler red. So let me just do a little contrast here.
Red itself is actually not that hot. Like,
no, it's not.
Red.
Red is not that hot. This is a warmer red, more towards orange. This is very saturated, but whatever. This is a cooler red. It's kind of hard to see, so let me go more towards purple and kind of just blend it in there.
Yeah.
So this is a cooler red because it's more towards blues, purples. This one's a warmer red because it's more towards orange and yellows. Then, once I pick the one I want, let's say I want a warmer red because warmer red feels nice, then I'm like, okay, is it like an intense red like this, or is it more of like a darker red or a lighter red, right? It just depends on what you want. I'm going to choose a medium red because this actually shows the red pretty nicely. So I'm going to do that. I might darken it a little bit because this is more... So red and different colors have their own value. Meaning you can't get a really vibrant red with white. Like the brighter the red is, it's never going to look... The more you add white to red, it's going to look desaturated. So you can never get a very... like a bright, super saturated red by going lighter. It has to be... This is as red as it'll get. And this is as dark as it'll get for a very vibrant red. Same with yellow. You cannot get a very dark, saturated yellow because it doesn't look like yellow anymore. But if you go really bright yellow, that's when it starts showing. So that's kind of like the local value of color, if that makes sense. So when you choose colors, it's about one, relationship with each other, but two, it's about how dark they can actually get. So like, yeah, that's all I have to say about that for now. So then, you know, I paint all this.
So what you could even do, you could just map out the shadow colors without even drawing lines.
Yeah, that's true.
So like on this red, you basically go, it's the same exact process. You go, am I gonna warm it up?
Like make a warmer shadow?
And go down here for the shadows, like this? Or am I gonna cool it down and go over to purples and do something like this?
I always like purple with red. Purple with red always makes the red feel more vibrant, but it really depends on what you want to do.
There we go.
What do you guys mean? You see 25? Oh!
We're not at 25.
Not at 25 yet.
They're full of crap.
So then, once I have my base color, then I think, do I want to go, as Colton said, cooler or warmer with my shadows? And it's not about a specific color, it's about the vibe that it gives. So it's about the relationship.
The temperature, the relationship of the color temperature.
Right? Because
color is not important. The relationship between colors is important.
Because this can look nice. If I just add in all the little shadows here. This is going to look really creepy. Like this, I can go cooler and it still reads as a shadow, or I can go more towards orange instead and fill in the same color, fill in the same spots.
And it still looks good.
And it still looks good.
It's just a warm shadow instead. Mm-hmm. Now we're at 25,000 likes.
All right.
Who wants head pats?
Who wants head pats? Raise your hand.
We need them to demand it first. Who wants head pats? I don't see anybody asking for it. So I'm not sure if anybody wants it. Me. Head pats?
Head patta.
Head pats? You do want head pats?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome,
good job, chat.
Good job, chat. You got 25,000 likes.
Likes.
Great work.
And we'll give it a little bit of chin rubs. How about that? For
Chin
some
rubbies?
extra love.
Okay, we'll give chin rubbies.
Cute.
Cute. Maybe we'll give one kiss for the people who survived the boring perspective lesson. So if you're still here, you get a kiss because you survived my perspective lesson. All right.
Good job for sticking so long.
Skin color.
So
Okay.
once we got, you know, the shadows.
So if your shadows are warmer, we might want to go and add the highlight. So if you're going to add the highlight, maybe we'll go a little bit cooler. Like this. That's not right.
Needs to be lighter.
Maybe we'll go in and add a little bit of highlights. So depending on where your light source is, you could add a little bit of highlights, you know, around here. And you can go in and add a little bit of highlight right there.
And
So
it
then
still
that's-
looks red.
That's the color. So red is deceptive. It's actually a lot darker than your brain wants to think it is.
And then we can add our gradients, kind of how we did the
Air
other.
catcher. Hello. Hope I'm not too late. Very late. 2 hours. We're actually gonna wrap up here kind of soon. But thanks for showing up. We're still around here though.
So then I added my darks, kind of like in those darker areas as I mentioned here. And this is just a very simple lighting setup. You don't have to use this, but it's very easy to just tell the head planes apart.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to draw anything. I just added the shadows. And then if your eyes are closed, you can still get a little bit of light in your eyelids. I know it looks really bad right now. It looks kind of scary. Looks like that skull character from Marvel or DC, whichever one it is. The skull.
Red skull.
Red skull.
This will look better once you do this.
So now, just kind of fixing out. And actually, what's really trippy, which a lot of people might not understand a lot because it's hard, is that if your shapes are correct, it really doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
the shadow and
Even
stuff.
the value and the color doesn't matter really at all. The value especially doesn't, or I should say the color especially doesn't. The value doesn't actually matter that much either.
And then you go and draw a face.
How do you blend?
I just take the shadow and kind of just like softly mix it in together.
There's no special brush. There's no anything. It's just pressing a little bit lighter.
Pressing a little bit lighter and kind of just blending those shadows together.
When you choose the right values, blending is just basically combining them.
Yeah.
But when the values are wrong, blending won't look good no matter what.
Right.
If you want this brush, you can download it. There's a link in our bio. You can get it for free.
So now I'm kind of just...
You can change what I added on there. Like,
Sure.
that highlight would be a lot smaller. I kind of like the color, though. It's kind of cool.
I like the color too. I think it's very nice.
Kind of neat looking.
And then this
It
is
would
where...
be. It would be a highlight, though. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
the lit side. The lit side is the red. That would just be highlight color. So you'd probably get like that, and then you'd probably get a little...
Have you used Medibang before? I've used it a few times, but not enough to really be very, I don't know, like,
It'd probably even be
used to it?
just like this.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I want to change the eyes. I don't like the eyes that I did. Makes her look old.
You don't like the eyes?
I don't like the eyes. I
don't
want
think
to...
it matters.
I know it doesn't matter, but I want to make this drawing look pretty. So I'm going to take this.
Having a hard time choosing colors. Colors don't really matter. The relationships between colors matter. So, if you're choosing colors, really think about what direction you're going in terms of color temperature when you're adding a shadow or a highlight. So this one's got like a cool highlight, warm shadow.
I want the eyebrow to be a little bit more delicate.
I'll be fighting for my life in a hurricane, so I probably won't be able to join the next 1 to 2 lives.
That's okay.
Lorv, no.
Aw. Lorv, are you in the East Coast?
Look flat and dull. Yeah. Make sure you keep some sort of a you have some sort of logic behind your color choices.
Yeah. It's not just random all the time.
So for this drawing here, the skin is completely red. The shadow is warmer, so it's more towards orange, and then the highlights are more towards purple. That's the logic behind it. But
oh, and you know,
what?
this purple looks completely different than on here. This looks like a very cool purple, but this looks like a warm purple against white.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? And this is when I can add, you know. Yeah, that looks better.
I don't know what you were talking about, Danny. I'm so scared, Chad. I'm trying to touch the uni statue foot for good luck on exams, but it's hard. What is it, like high up? Or you like have to jump to get it?
Just don't hurt yourself.
I'll write you guys in my will if I don't make it.
Oh.
Lure will will us. For OCs. Yeah, so that would be how you do red skin. Fox. Was Fox the one who asked?
Yes, Fox is the one that asked.
Yeah, that's how you would do it. See, it doesn't matter what color you make the skin. It's just you have to keep the logic and the lighting behind it consistent.
And this is the beauty of the highlight, is I can take this color and just add it on the lips, too. And that looked nice. Actually, I don't want it to be that big. And then we can also add it up here. And up here.
So this would be the same thing if it was purple. It's like, what direction are you headed? Are the shadows going to be warmer, cooler, hotter? Are they going to be... what color is your highlight? As your light source?
Yas. Hold on, I'm just gonna fix all this because I think all the lighting is all figured out, but the shapes inside of it, not so much. And then we can also add hair. And I'm kind of thinking black hair for this. Make her look cute. I don't want to get rid of that highlight that Colton did here, so I'm just gonna save it for when I shade in hair. Juicy lips, yas.
This is what I look like when I get sunburned.
No, it's not. The lovely thing about painting is that I can like use the hair and just kind of use this color and kind of just chisel and do some plastic surgery on this girl if I don't like the shapes. So I can always just paint over things and stuff like that. She has very big ears.
Sealy followed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so someone in chat asked about skin color, like red, purple, stuff like that. So this is just a quick demo on how that works. We're about to end the stream relatively soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're new in the chat, don't forget we have a Discord community. Lots of people draw, play games, have fun, hang out, all kinds of stuff. So it's fun.
I love it. I love seeing everybody being all like active and stuff in there.
There's a link in our bio. If you don't see the link in our bio, feel free to send us a direct message on TikTok asking for the Discord invite, and I'll send it to you.
Don't be shy.
And we also go live 3 times a week. 3
times
a week. Why is my phone not working?
This is kind of a... It's not the best looking head, but it's all good. I'm just a someone. Hey, sometimes we don't remember all your names when you ask them. Oh.
Entrance.
This is all we did today. We didn't do a lot of the topics, unfortunately, but I think we covered a lot of nice stuff. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. I'm legally obligated to tell everyone to join. That it's how I pay Colton's rent.
Huh? Oh, I'm legally obligated to tell everyone to join, comma, it's how I pay Colton's rent.
Funny.
Or I think that's... Yeah, you have to tell everybody to join. Absolutely. That's step one.
Hopefully you all are having a nice night. Don't you grammar police me, Coltron.
I didn't Christina read it wrong, so I had to interpret. I mean, she read it right. It was written wrong.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? No OC alert?
I don't know if it's very cute. It's kind of...
Is it cute or is it not cute, everybody?
I think I could work with it a bit more. I could cutify it a bit more.
One of us, one of us.
Red's a little strong. Girl, you asked for red.
Yeah.
So I made it red. But you can definitely make it less saturated as
Easy.
well. And all you have to do is just take all this. Hue saturation. Lower the saturation.
There you go.
Still red skin, but it's lower saturation.
Yeah.
Oh, you could change
There you go.
orange skin. And then, if you want purple skin, well, you can do that.
Colors, it's not quite accurate to do this. Like, it's kind of accurate,
It's
but
kind
because colors have inherent value, you can't just change something from, say, red to yellow.
Yeah.
Because yellow is lighter than red. Red's a lot darker.
But it's interesting because once the values work, you know, it doesn't really... Wow, that's very... that is very red.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. But as you can see, you know, if the values work, it could work in any other kind of color.
He was asking if it's cute. It's cute. Too red for it to be cute. I think it's cute. I think the red is endearing.
I wonder how red
if
it
you're
would be
not
when she
this
blushes.
red, get out of the chat.
To be honest, I think if she were to blush, her skin would actually become more purple.
Yeah.
Because the redder things are underneath the skin, it gets more purple.
Yeah, it would look like that.
It would probably look like this. Alright, that looks like a blush, actually.
Silly.
She's like, oh, wow. You know, do you have a fever? Your face is red. It's purple. Something like that. Would her sunburn be purple then? You know, that's a really good point. I don't know, maybe.
I think her sunburn would change the texture of her skin, and it'd be like crusty.
Ew, I don't want to draw that. What I wish my sleep paralysis demon looked like. Oh, I think
There
there
you
are
gotta
a few
know, huh?
times. I think there were a few times where I had sleep paralysis, and it was quite scary. Because, like, it'll either be like I feel like someone's watching me and I can't move, or it'll be like I'm hearing explosions and people screaming in my subconscious while I'm awake. Does that make sense?
What you're talking about?
Sleep paralysis. It's
I
like
was
when you
reading.
can't move. Sylvia, hey.
Absolutely insane. There you go.
Covered some nice
what a
talk.
heck of a lesson today.
I know.
Absolutely
pop.
crazy.
I liked it. I think it was a successful stream, and I'm actually
If
excited
that
for this to
doesn't
be
earn
on the
your
blog.
follow, then we don't even want you as a follower.
Oh. Cute.
I was reading something while you were saying that, so I have no idea what you were talking about.
I was talking about
Sleep paralysis?
sleep paralysis.
Oh,
I've had
okay.
it a few times.
Have you?
Yeah.
I've never had it.
Well, it's basically you can't get up, but you're like your brain is also awake, and then you also hear like things in your subconscious because you're kind of dreaming, but you're also awake, and then you can't move.
Oh, I know what it is.
I know.
I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, it's okay then. Well,
Maybe we'll call it there.
yeah, I think so.
Absolutely wonderful. I'm glad you learned a lot, Autumn. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you for showing up, everybody. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Rip stream by Christine. Oh, brother.
Out of here, bugs. I don't need you.
Kill the bug. Anyways, we'll see you next time.
I don't need this tonight. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.